If it's okay, I'd like to address the court.
Well, you understand that possession of marijuana by itself carries up to 6 months in the county jail and a $1,000 fine, or both?
I do. Sir, I understood that it was my understanding that it had been decriminalized in the state of Kansas. Now I think that's just the city of Wichita. So I was unaware of that. Obviously, that's no excuse, but I'm not like some stupid stoner. I own a business. I employ people. I smoke a single joint at night so I can sleep.
Okay.
That is literally.
I don't want to go any further with that right now. All right, Mr. McCoy, before I could accept any pleas of guilty and accept your statements of conviction in the case, you would have to waive your right to legal counsel in the case. You do have a right to legal counsel. If you can't afford one, the court will appoint one for you. Are you sure you don't want to talk to a lawyer about this?
Well, how much trouble am I in actually? Like, would you actually sentence me to jail for this? It's a first offense, like.
First offense. Not even close. If this were your first run-in, you wouldn't already be on probation, and your name wouldn't be sitting on an active warrant. Next, voice 3. Let's be clear about a few key things. When you're on probation, especially for a felony, the responsibility is entirely on you to follow every condition. It's not a free ride or a casual arrangement. And if you plead guilty to a felony with the possibility of a later reduction, it remains a felony unless and until you complete probation successfully.
Well, I'm not going to plea bargain the case with you here.
Understood.
What my sentence might be. The B misdemeanors are punishable by up to 6 months in the county jail and up to a $1,000 fine apiece. No valid driver's license is a Class B misdemeanor as well. And speeding is punishable by a scheduled fine, but it could be up to $500 theoretically.
So I'm fine with the fines. The only reason my driver's license is not valid is because I was out of town working.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it was expiring, and so I was literally on my way back in town. I haven't had a chance to get it validated yet, or get it renewed, I mean.
Okay.
It's not like I was intentionally driving without a license.
All right, before I readdress the issue of potential waiver, waiver of counsel, I want to address the other matter that concerns you. State of Kansas versus Dennis J. McCoy. Case number 2023 MR 59. Apparently, that's a fugitive information. Based on the information before the court, Mr. McCoy, Sarpy County, Nebraska has made a demand for your surrender involving a charge of controlled substance possession of cocaine, a Class 4 felony in case number CR 19561, stemming from allegations from incidents which allegedly took place in October of 2020.
Yes, sir. So I went to court for that, and I was assigned probation. When I went to the probation office, they said, okay, I made it clear that I was not a resident of the state of Nebraska, and they said they were going to try and transfer my probation to Sedgwick County. The probation officer called the Sedgwick County probation's office. They said because I had pled it down to a misdemeanor, that they would not accept the transfer. They were only accepting felony probation transfers.
According to the paperwork before the court, Class 4 felony is listed, not a misdemeanor.
And so that was the original charge. I had made a plea bargain. I pled guilty in exchange for a misdemeanor. I went to probation. They gave me 2 years, and then so the Sedgwick County wouldn't accept the transfer. The probation officer comes back to me and says, I don't know what to do about this, and the judge is left for the day. I was told I could go home and that they would call me. They never called.
You should have thought about that before disappearing for over a year while on probation. You knew the warrant was there, so don't show up now pretending this is someone else's fault. You're talking about putting 33 people at risk of not getting paid, but honestly, that story doesn't add up. Those people seem to exist only in your head, and you're standing here trying to sell it to a judge who isn't fooled for a second.
And Mr. McCoy is, do you want to arrange for your own transfer back to Nebraska and deal with this? That's what we call a waiver of extradition. Instead of requiring a governor's warrant to be issued, you would just simply agree to waive extradition procedures and instead agree to voluntarily go back to Sarpy County, Nebraska, and face whatever it is that you do face there. Do you want to
Am I
consider
able
doing
to
that?
go under my own strength?
I don't see any indication here there's a bond. So I think my answer would generally be no.
And there's no way we can work around that? Like, I own a business, I employ people, payroll isn't gonna happen if I can't get out of here. I have projects starting that are gonna completely flop is there no way for me to do like house arrest and wait for them to come and I realize you guys are required to hold me and give Sarpy County the opportunity to come and collect me. Is there no way that can be done from like house arrest? So I can still run my business? I will lose absolutely everything. I'll lose my home, I'll lose my business, I'll lose my vehicles. Like, is there no way we can come to some sort of resolution where I'm still held accountable yet able to continue running my business?
Hmm.
I employ about 33 people that will not get paid on Friday if I cannot get out of here and do payroll.
And what did you expect would happen after avoiding probation for more than a year? The very outcome you were trying to dodge is now right in front of you. Actions have consequences, plain and simple.
Everything that I've spent the last 6 years busting my butt for. I work 300 days and some change a year. I'm home 1 to 3 days a month. I'll lose everything. I'll lose everything.
All right, so my question again is, do you wish to waive extradition and agree to return to Sarpy County, Nebraska to face whatever it is that you do face there on this probation matter?
What does that mean? Can you tell me what that means exactly? What's the other option and what does that mean as well?
You would be held in jail, and then you could require Nebraska to go through extradition procedures and seek a governor's warrant.
Okay, and the other option?
I mean, like what?
I thought you said I had two options.
Yes, either force Nebraska to go through extradition procedures or do a waiver of extradition, which is a voluntary agreement to return to the state of Nebraska and face.
And
whatever
will
it
you
is you
guys
face
return me to Nebraska, or do I have to wait for them to come and get me?
You're probably going to have to wait for them to come and get you, and they probably aren't going to come and get you as long as you have this Kansas case pending.
So again, I ask you, is there any way to do this from a position of house arrest so I can continue to run my business?
Okay, my answer would be no. Not
So
as far as Nebraska is concerned.
I'm just going to lose everything.
Well, all right. That's not involved here, Mr. McCoy. I just have business I have to conduct.
I understand that, but I'm trying to find out if there's a way for us to come to some sort of agreement wherein I don't have to lose absolutely everything.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously concerned about your Kansas case because of the way you handled the Nebraska case.
Well, and I can understand
this
that.
probation case, December 30th, 2019, and it's still pending. You never did.
And that's because I tried to deal with it, and they said I could leave, and they never called me back. I called them. They said, we'll call you back again. They never called me back. And then 11 months later, I got a warrant out of the blue. When I got the warrant, I called them and I said, hey, what is this about? I've been waiting to hear from you guys. They kept demanding I give them my location so they could have me picked up and that I come turn myself in immediately. And like this all just spiraled out of control. When I went to court twice and the probation office immediately after I was given probation in an attempt to deal with this because I didn't want exactly this to happen.
The same way everyone else handles it, from custody, by following the proper process the way it's meant to be done.
My head. I'm trying to take my business internationally and I can't even get a passport renewal. So I just turned 35. When I turn 35, my trust fund is meant to distribute me $150,000. I was going to take that opportunity to deal with Sarpy County. I never intended not to deal with Sarpy County. I just had to do it from a position where I wouldn't lose everything I've worked for. So I need to get this distribution. I need to set it up in my account so I can have everything auto withdrawal from that. And then I'm free to go. Sarpy County can throw me in jail if they want to. But everything on my end will be secured. Right now it's not, and I'm at risk of losing absolutely everything. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get all of this resolved as neatly and as orderly as possible. I never intended not to deal with Sarpy County. I just had to do it from a position where I wouldn't lose everything. And now I'm right back in that position anyways. I'm not here to run. I want to cooperate and I want everything accomplished so I can put all of this behind me and just move forward with my business, with my life. I'm so close to financial independence, and that's all about to disappear.
All right, Mr. McCoy, regarding the Kansas case, 2023 CR 323, the marijuana, paraphernalia, no valid driver's license, and speeding case. Are you wanting to waive counsel and enter a plea today? You don't have to. I recommend against it, but you communicated earlier that that's what you wanted to do. I just want to.
Yes, I would like legal counsel.
All right, very well. The court will appoint Darren Patterson to represent Mr. McCoy.
Can I get my own lawyer?
You can.
I have a lawyer. His name is Eric.
Who's your lawyer?
Eric Kidwell.
Okay. You can
I don't
certainly
believe
get
I have
Mr.
him on-
Kidwell to represent you.
Say again.
You can get Mr. Kidwell to represent you if you want to. I just want to make sure the next time you see a judge on this Kansas case, you have a lawyer. Now, if you tell me you've got the resources, apparently you do, and you're going to hire a lawyer, then we'll go with that. Is that what you want to do, Mr. McCoy?
That is what I want to do, but I'm
All right.
curious how I'm supposed to do that from in here.
Explain to me how this is unfair. You were offered a chance to have your felony reduced, and you were allowed to serve on probation instead of behind bars. That's not unfair. That's more than reasonable.
As I understand it, correct?
I haven't set one yet.
Oh, I was told there was a $3,000 bond when I was booked in.
I don't know where that comes from, but it's very possible the jail
Set a bond on there.
schedules your position that remaining the bond, Mr. Regier.
Your Honor, I don't know about any bond that's already been set in this case. If the court is prepared to set a bond, the state would suggest that $3,000 is relatively minimal. In addition to the Nebraska case, which the court has already referred to, my understanding is that this defendant does have some prior failure to appear history in Kansas as well. If
That was when I was a kid. I am not going to fail to appear.
Don't talk over me, please.
I'm sorry.
I'll set bond in the Kansas case at $3,000 cash or professional surety required. Show that he's going to retain counsel, most likely Eric Kidwell, but he's going to retain counsel. And the date that I have for the misdemeanor docket is October 2, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. October 2, 2023, 9:00, Judge Webster's Court. So at this point, there's a not guilty plea entered on behalf of the defendant, pending further proceedings in October. All right, moving to the extradition case. I don't see that court established any bond in the case. I get the impression, Mr. McCoy, that you're not wanting to waive extradition. Is that correct?
Well, how exactly does that work? I'm stuck in here no matter what, right?
All I know is that if you were able to post the bond in the Kansas case,
That I would be released?
no. Sheriff's normal protocols at the sheriff's department at the jail will contact Sarpy County, Nebraska, and I think some determination will be made whether you're going to be sent there or not. But a lot of times they're going to want you to have your Kansas case taken care of before you're shipped across state lines.
So does that mean I'm potentially being held until October?
Yes? Potentially.
Sir, I am not a criminal. This is not a scene for...
Alright everyone, that wraps up today's video. He signed the extradition waiver, and his next court appearance is set for early October, so stay tuned because I'll bring you the update.
When Nebraska officials are notified, I don't know what they're going to tell the jail staff. Maybe their judge will set a bond for you in the Nebraska case. I do not know. What I just need to do, either it doesn't appear to me that you're in a position to waive extradition. So I'm going to go ahead and set this matter for another hearing.
What does that mean, not in a position to waive extradition?
Did you tell me that you wish to waive extradition?
I'm still not fully understanding exactly what this means.
Then maybe you need to have a lawyer explain it to you. because my attempts to explain it to you just haven't been.
So you're saying if I waive my right to extradition, then they can come and get me. If I don't, they have to jump.
You're eligible for that, but I do not know if that's what will happen. I make no
Okay,
promise.
I would like to waive it. I would fine.
All right. Do we have a waiver of extradition form that can be presented to him?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please read it thoroughly. If you have any questions, ask before you sign. I may not be able to give you an answer, however, to your question.
Am I still, is the sheriff's office here still going to attempt to see if Sarpy will set a bond if I sign this?
I don't know if they're going to attempt to see if they're going to set a bond or not. Normally, their protocol is to notify the Nebraska officials that you've waived extradition and that you're at least eligible for return. But you've got a Kansas case pending.
Is there no way to move up the trial of the Kansas case? Or can I not?
Your attorney can make that request.
How do I get an attorney from inside jail?
Talk to the jail staff about that.
If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit that like button. If it wasn't your favorite, a dislike is fair game. But either way, drop a comment and let your voice be heard.